Welcome to Flip the Script with Vic, a sacred space for honest, unfiltered, and sometimes taboo conversations between women walking the path of truth, healing, and soul remembrance. What started as my personal exploration has become a communal prayer, a podcast devoted to amplifying women's stories in their own words. I'm your host, Victoria Nielsen, intuitive healer, mama, and space holder for the divine feminine. Here, we gather as cycle breakers, mothers, mystics, creatives, witches, and wild ones, flipping the script on what it really means to be a woman in today's world. Through raw interviews, intimate solo casts, and brave conversations, we'll chat about motherhood, mysticism, psychedelics, spirituality, and more. You'll be reminded that your voice matters, that your truth matters, that you're here to walk in beauty. So be the prayer, and let's flip the script. Are you ready? Let's jump on in. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Flip the Script with Vic. It's your host, Victoria Nielsen. These episodes are some of my favorite solo casts. It is your August energy reading. We usually do these the Tuesday before the month starts, but we're doing this kind of right at the beginning of the month. August 4th, I believe this should be coming out. So I'll be sharing all of the energy of the month of August with you so that you can be prepared for what's coming up. We're stepping into eclipse season. A lot's been happening in the cosmos. There is nothing to be afraid of. As one of my previous podcast guests shared recently, you are safer than you think. So all of this guidance and energy that I'm channeling right now, I am channeling it from the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records are just an energetic frequency of pure love that anyone can access at any given time. If you are interested in learning more about what the records are or are not, I recommend you go back all the way back, probably episode 13 or 14, I believe, of the podcast, shares more about the Akashic Records, what I'm doing to access them, all of that good stuff. If you would actually like to learn to access your own Akashic Records, I do those in mini sessions and also as part of my upcoming You Are the Oracle retreat as part of my Monarch Mystery School. So November 4th to the 9th, we will be in La Ventana Bay, Mexico. Please check out the show notes if you're interested in learning more there. And we are going to jump on in to the energy of the month. The energy of August, even though it is eclipse season, feels a bit more settled than the energy has for like June and July. July felt like pure chaos, whereas August almost feels like the waves are simmering down. That tumultuousness, that churning is leaving behind a clean slate. I'm seeing right now really just like a clean like ocean beach, like beautiful, beautiful calm sand, and the things that are being revealed underneath as the ocean moves back out to sea, right? As the tide moves in and out, every time that tide is moving in and out, we are seeing more uncovered here. And I even pulled a card for us. I pulled the Sub Rosa card from Rebecca Campbell's Rose Oracle. And this really speaks to all of the unseen mysteries, all of the things that have been hidden in plain sight for so long. You know, immediately comes to mind even just some of the mystery school teachings that I teach as part of my Monarch Mystery School. We have all known these divine feminine things, that energy is everywhere, that we are energetic beings, as above, so below, right? That there are no coincidences with the things that are happening in the cosmos, that a lot of that gets mirrored down here on Earth. You know, so many things that we have perhaps kept in the shadows or have had to keep hidden because it wasn't socially acceptable to talk about them, right? Or we felt like we would be judged or perceived differently if we actually shared what we really thought. August, the masks are all the way off, people. Like the North Node is now in Aquarius. It is time to be your wild, weird, wonderful self so that your wild, weird, wonderful people can find you. Sub Rosa means underneath the rose. So it was understood that anything that was said underneath the rose was kept secret, right? It was kept to themselves. And this goes all the way back to Greece, you know, in BC, that anything that was said underneath the rose was kept private. It was kept hidden. And even in Egypt, there is, I believe it's it's not a painting, but you see Horus underneath the rose. And again, kind of this like, shh, like it's a secret, you know, we're not sharing this with everyone. That's very Piscean. Piscean energy is secretive in that way, where like, you know, only the holy few knew these things. That's not it anymore. Aquarius is changing the game. We are all on the same level. We are all the same, right? We are no different. No one is higher, no one is lower. And so this energy is coming in to help remind us of that, to help us like clear the slate. And so if you are listening in August and you are perceptive, you're going to start seeing where these things are bubbling up, right? Where you feel that you're ready to be more authentic. You're ready to share more truthfully. You're ready to come out with that like weird hobby that you maybe were previously afraid someone would judge you for. Like now is the time to let that energy out, because you are not going to be judged. And if you are, then this August is going to show you the places where you are still trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. This actually feels important. So if you are feeling that tension, stress, pressure, or friction in August, I encourage you to see if it's because you were trying to fit yourself back into spaces that are no longer welcome for you, because you have expanded so much, because you have unmasked yourself, because you are ready to be somewhere different. So there has been a lot of letting go in June and July. I feel like for some of you, there may still be more that needs to be let go in August, depending on how well you cleared that energy in June and in July. If you cleared it all out, then sis, get ready to bloom, get ready to rise, get ready to find and meet your people. Like they are already on their way to you. The sub rosa is coming out. It's no longer going to be hidden in the shadows. It's no longer going to be kept a secret. You know, the priestesses of the world, the wild witchy women that have amazing businesses, like the more that you lean into, again, like that quirkiness, the things that make you you, that's how you're going to find your ideal clients. You know, the ubiquitousness of AI and being able to like churn out content faster than before and, you know, say things so pretty and so polished, like it's going to make authenticity even more important. And not to say that like you need to run away from or not use AI, but like if you are, take a second to go through and edit it in your own voice and share things in your own words and say things the way that you would say them. Okay? Because that frequency is needed, that resonance is needed. Like everything is a frequency. And especially in August, like what you put out, you attract. And whether that's conscious or subconscious, it's important that you vibrate at the frequency of what you're building, of what you're moving towards, of what you're growing into, and have it be less of what you're letting go of, because we are electromagnetic beings, right? We are always giving out electromagnetic impulses from our brains, from our hearts, from our womb spaces, and people can feel that. And if you don't truly believe in yourself, and not even just that, like if you are still putting out this like polished, perfect, behind a mask version of yourself, people are going to feel that, and the disconnect is going to be there. They may not understand why all of a sudden they're rejecting you, but like energetically, it's because your body is putting out a completely different signal than what your soul is actually wanting to emote, if that makes sense. So for quite a few of you, there may be, again, places that like you used to shine, that used to be no problem for you, like clubs or groups or things that you were a part of that like used to feel really good. All of a sudden, if they don't feel good anymore, it's not because you are bad, you're wrong, any of those things. It's just because you have evolved and you have shifted. And so now you need to surround yourself with people of the same frequency, of the same caliber. And it doesn't have to mean anything good or bad. Good or bad is just subjective. There's truly nothing like good or bad in the world. But it just means that you've outgrown those places, those people, those things. Okay. Because it is true. Like you are the culmination of, what is it, like the 5 people that you hang out with the most, you know? And so for some of you, especially during this eclipse season, that may mean friendships fall apart. That may mean suddenly you are fired from your job, or you feel a calling to quit your job. People are going to suddenly get pregnant. You're also going to perhaps have sudden deaths, sudden miscarriages. And throughout all of this, like I want you to know it's all for your highest good. It's all for your highest good. And your soul chose to incarnate right here, right now to experience some of this. So for some, it may feel chaotic, but it doesn't have to. if you are open, if you are listening, if you are receptive to the things that have been calling you, if you have had a calling on your heart these last couple months that like feels like maybe a little bit out of nowhere, or again, like a little weird or different for you to be pursuing, now is the time to listen, because that was a deep calling from your soul that's helping you move into deeper alignment with why you came here. And why you came here was not just to like work a 9-to-5 job and get a paycheck. Okay. Like that is not it. Your soul is calling you towards more creativity, towards more joy. Creativity feels really important in August, like, and getting those creative juices flowing, because we are all creative beings, right? We are of creation energy, especially if you're a woman listening to this podcast. Like, you are pure creation energy, and you have that energy that you can harness every single month from your womb space. And when you create from your womb space rather than from your head, you are creating things that are built to last, that are meant to last, that are meant to be here. And you might be like, cool, Victoria, that's great. Like, how the fuck do I even do that? I would encourage you to start communicating with your womb. Okay. Ooh, and I'm burping, so the universe agrees. It's as simple as placing your hands on your womb space and saying, this is not a place for fear. This is a place of creativity. And this is a place for my power. This is a place of creation. I almost feel like it's that simple, just saying this is a place of creation. This is a place of creation. This is the energy of creation. I am creation energy. Like coming back to that over and over and over again, and speaking it into your womb, speaking it into existence. And when you go to create or you go to do something, to get into the energy of the womb space can be as simple as doing what's called a Sufi grind. So you can literally sit crisscross applesauce and then just move in a circle. Okay, move in a circle. That's all you have to do to start moving the energy of your womb. You can go counterclockwise, you can go clockwise, you can sit there for hours, you can sit there for 5 minutes. But moving those hips and moving that energy in the womb space is going to be really, really important, because the hips are kind of like the junk drawer of the body. We store so much in our hips, especially as women, that is not even ours. And if you have given birth to literal humans in the world, then you absolutely have energy in your womb space that is not yours, because your children leave some of their energy behind. And it's not always about eradicating yourself from that energy, but perhaps working with it or moving it out gently, right? Like moving it slowly and like syrup, like a little bit of honey, okay? I want you to think of yourself as honey this month. The sweetness of life. You are calling in your own sweetness, your own creativity from your womb space. And actually, the Mystery School, we have a beautiful honey ritual. It's a free honey ritual that we're sharing with everyone to be done on 8/8 at the height of the Lionsgate Portal, which will be just in a few days here if you're listening to this podcast at the beginning of the month. And even if you miss that window, this ritual is a beautiful one to just bring you back to yourself, to your essence of sweetness and joy. Like truly, like a woman when she is in her power is smooth and sweet like honey. Yes, we're fierce, and yes, we're magnetic, and yes, we're all of these things, but that sweetness of life, I think it's really forgotten, especially if you have kids, especially if you're running a business. Like it gets so easy to get caught up in the day-to-day rat race, especially here in the US. Like things are not programmed to go slow here. So even if you're not able to escape the rat race during the day, I highly encourage you to begin slowing down at night. You know, can you just a few Sufi grinds in the evening, to just get your body to begin to release, to begin to relax, you know? I love working with sound. I don't know if any of you listening have sound bowls. You know, those are another beautiful tool of just helping you elevate your frequency while relaxing the body. Because to be able to receive all of this yumminess, to be able to receive all of this goodness, we have to be relaxed and we have to be open. And that can also, again, be as simple as just noticing your body. Like right now, if you're watching the video on YouTube, I'm leaned into the microphone, okay? That's a very masculine energy, because right now I'm giving you my energy. I'm sharing. I'm like, all right. You know, I'm giving. I'm not receiving. But if I wanted to be in receiving mode, it can be as simple as leaning back into your cute little booty, pulling your shoulders down and back in the body, and opening the chest. Okay? That is a subtle like symbol to the universe that you are ready and open to receive. Again, your body is always sending signals. Your electromagnetic signature is always moving. Okay. So when you actually physically move your body back, open up your shoulders, open up your throat, open up your heart, open up your womb space, you are making room to receive the miracles of life, to the magic that truly is everywhere. And you know, this last month I was working with Emily Fletcher of Ziva, and she was sharing as part of her Ziva meditation curriculum, you know, to find evidence of magic everywhere. And so I want that for you guys this month as well, that like evidence of magic is everywhere. Evidence of miracles is everywhere. If you open yourself up to receive them, if you slow yourself down enough to see them, to notice them, okay? And that's not always going to mean like financial success. Sometimes that sweetness of life, that little moment that you need is like slowing down enough to watch the bees move from flower to flower, okay? Sometimes the evidence of magic in your life is the sound of your children's laughter. Sometimes the evidence of magic is just getting out of work early enough to feel the sun on your face for a few minutes before you go back inside your house, back inside a cave with AC. You know, these little moments are going to matter in August because time is going to speed up come September. Eclipse season is, you know, windows of fate, and things are going to really speed up. And especially like as we get more into the fall and into the winter, like, so enjoy this last sweetness of summer. Enjoy this last bit. And I know summer can be very hectic. Like I'm coming off of having my kids home for the last couple of months. They finally start school very soon. I get it. It can be really hard to slow down, but being intentional in that slowdown is going to help you catch the blessings that are on their way to you. And of course, nothing that is meant for you would ever pass you by, but it may take more time to get to you if you are leaning in, if you are reaching for it, if you are grasping for it, okay? As much as you can uncurl your fist this month, mama, okay? The goddess cannot place the blessings in your hand if your hand is like holding on for dear life. Like you have to open your palms to the sky to receive, okay? That feels like such a potent and important message this month. Like you need to allow yourself to be open to receive because we were never meant to figure out the how, okay? Like we may say we have this dream in our heart and we don't know how we're going to get there. We don't know how we're going to build the business. We don't know how we're going to bring in the third child. We don't know how. We don't know how. We don't know how. Okay, well, in all of that, I don't know how energy, you're actually pushing it away from you because you were never meant to figure out the how. The creator, the God, the goddess, source energy, whatever you want to call it, it figures out the how. Okay, and actually figures it out in a way that is more aligned and even better for you than your little human brain can even imagine. Okay, so you're putting yourself in a box. You're putting yourself in a cage when you think you know better than the universe. Okay, when you think, oh, it has to look exactly like this to be success. No, it doesn't, sis. Okay, the universe has so many surprises in store for you in August if you are willing to let it surprise you. If you are willing to let those things that have been in the shadows bubble up to the surface, okay? We are going to be sub rosa no longer in August. All of these beautiful blessings are going to come to the surface. All of those little seashells are going to appear for us on the beach as the tide moves out, okay? But you have to be patient. You have to let the tide move out. You have to let things settle. You have to let things shake out a little bit at the beginning of August. Again, if you've not been doing the work in June and July, you might feel a lot shift and it might feel a bit chaotic. But if you have been, continue on the path. Continue in your daily devotion, continue in your connection to yourself. And August is going to be such a beautiful month for you. It's going to be so, so sweet, so filled of little joy-filled moments that really remind you like why we get to be human in this life. I know life can be sad and dark, and so many of us are like one paycheck away from, despair, but if we can let ourselves look for the sweetness in August, it's there. It's there. And it's evidence of us building that life that we want, right? Like, maybe it feels like it's been a long time coming, but it is. It's on its way to you. You are ready to receive it. So open up that closed fist, mama, and let it in. Right? Thank you guys so much for being here. If this energy forecast has resonated, please like, rate, share, subscribe, review. Let another woman know that she is ready for the sweetness of August. I thank you guys so much for being here. Monarch Mystery School has 2 retreats here coming up, one in September and one in November. In September, we are going to Provence, to the south of France, to walk the same locations as Mary Magdalene, coming together as sacred sisters. If you've been feeling the call of the divine mysteries, if you have been feeling the calling of the rose, please, please, please come with us to Provence, France. If you are feeling your magic, your gifts, your mastery come online, join us for the You Are the Oracle retreat in November 4th to the 9th. In La Ventana Bay, Mexico. We are going to awaken you. We're going to attune you to the Akashic Records. We are going to, be with you in sisterhood and ceremony and help those gifts come online so that you can help others as we step into this age of Aquarius. Thank you so much for being here. Be good to one another. I'll see you next week.